to another mAng and Neads show
mAng and Neads.
live at Sonic Gardens Radio. With us tonight,
What's up, man?
we got JFK,
Rock and roll.
Yeah,
Ryan Warner.
What's up, bub?
Hi, my name's Ryan, and I like to party.
Yeah.
Well, you've come to the right place.
Mashed potato kind of deal. So what do you think? There he is.
What do you know?
I don't know. Broke out the rugby? Is that what that is?
Yeah, I got to
That's
tell
a
you
nice
something.
one.
It's been cold out. Have you been paying attention? I don't know what's been here. I just got home today.
Have I been paying attention?
I just got home today. So how's the temperature been around here
It's been
all week?
It's
20.
Yeah, it's been
20.
chilly.
Yeah, I don't think it was too bad.
So-
Well,
it's
yesterday it was a different story. Yesterday it got a little
Yeah, I've been
chilly.
cold all week, so I'm warm right now and I like it.
good.
Yeah,
Boyfriend kicked you out.
yeah.
Where were you?
Chilly on the road.
Where were you guys?
Under the bridge.
Yeah.
We're like Albany, north of Albany, a little bit.
Where?
Like,
Troy?
Right, up past, Troy.
Scattercoke?
I'm trying to think. Up past Saratoga and some different
Greenwich?
places. Yeah, up different places up there.
So past
All over
was
the
it
place, really.
Boston Spa. Past
Yeah,
that.
National Grid covers
Did you
all
guys
that
know that they released a
That's how you take over conversation.
bands? Well, I didn't mean to cut it off, but it's
No,
because
I
you
think
brought
it's a
up
good job.
Troy.
You did.
Beautiful.
You brought up Troy, and they released the best fans for live music list in the country,
Or in Troy.
and Troy was like 6.
Troy, New York.
Troy, like Albany, Troy,
Yeah.
They
were
used to
like
have
number
a
6.
Great
but,
venue.
but
They
listen to
had-
this,
they had
Rochester.
EQX up there.
the
radio
Revolution
station.
Hall was a killer venue there.
Yeah.
So Rochester was in there,
Been there.
and
I have
Binghamton
too.
were all in the top 20 of the best fans for live music.
No shit.
Well then.
I was
Touch of Texas
actually
and
kind of
Binghamton.
surprised.
Hanging and banging.
Yeah. Hanging and banging.
Look out. Well then, Troy, New York. So it was the Revolution Hall was the one I went to there, and I think it's since closed. It was a really cool spot. You said you went there?
Yeah. Now if we're
had a-
talking around the same place, it has an upstairs with a corral around it, like right.
Everything's iron, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I'm saying like the middle of it's open, but you
Yeah.
can walk around the perimeter, and it's about 15 feet on each.
But they don't just let anybody up there.
Well, they don't, but
They
you
let
can
the
get up
ooh-ah.
there.
Well, yeah. I mean, obviously,
Brett was with me.
where there's a will, there's a way.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We had Ralphie and his prize.
Who'd you see there?
If it's the same place, Pepper was there.
Nice.
And
Pepper.
yeah, fucking Warner's band, man. He loves them.
Am I
Jesus.
wrong? Are you guys know Pepper?
Oh,
Yeah.
do they know Pepper? They play one of the songs.
All right. All right.
We played 2 of their songs.
2 of them.
Does it annoy you
No.
the way it annoys me
If he plays 2 of their songs.
if when Pepper sings, he sings
I don't agree with this.
like he's trying to sing like Bradley Nowell?
Oh, yeah,
like Kobe's doing Michael Jordan's moves, and it's like that's Jordan's move.
yeah.
You know what I mean? If that was a thing to see, because that's what I.
Well, you would
'cause
have to
I
say
hear it,
that-
and I'm
that-
like, nope.
But, they came after, that was like a spawn of that Bradley type music. So, yeah, just like Slightly Stupid. I mean, you can't say those guys don't sound just like him,
Not
too.
as much.
Especially,
at least
like-
I hate slightly. Well, I can't say that.
Slightly
but-
Stupid was more. It
They're
was more
annoying.
ska punk than it was like ska reggae type deal when they first came out. They were that faster punk, but it was ska like Slightly
They were
Stupid.
doing the same thing that like 40 Ounces of Freedom was doing for the most part.
Yeah, kinda. A little faster but most of their
Some,
songs were faster.
And some were just like,
yeah.
I just even think Slightly Stupid was different than Sublime.
Well, I
like,
do think that
audibly different.
afterwards they ended up doing that acoustic show where it was like dueling guitars and they redefined like their sound.
Yeah.
Like
And then from
like
that day
different.
forward, it wasn't the more.
But
it wasn't-
original album was like actually Bradley produced it, or like it had like some of the same people that like the drummer from
it had a lot to do with
not
McGill. I'm
Bud,
pretty sure
but the other drummer was on
Marshall
that.
Freeman or Marshall is Ross.
Yeah,
Ross
Marshall.
one.
They didn't have
Ross
a-
MG. I mean,
Slightly Stupid didn't have a drummer. He played the drums for all those tracks, or like the majority of them.
and I'm pretty sure Miguel had something to do with it, and he's the one that did
Right.
produced or whatever you want to call it,
So
40 ounce.
skunk records
Yes,
or whatever.
yes.
Right.
I think we might not. We might have
and then
no
there's
clue
just
what we're
and then
talking
honestly, it's just like it's really spawned a ton of music. It's up there with like the most influenced cover bands. Like Grateful Dead would
Right,
have like
right.
100,000 cover bands, and maybe there's not 100,000 Sublime cover bands, but there's 100,000 bands that are.
What's her
are
name? Just
doing
redid
what
one
they
of their
did.
songs.
Oh,
Did
yeah.
Summertime?
Lana
Del Rey,
yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Did Summertime.
Redid it again.
Yeah, that's all over the radio.
Yeah.
Remember the best one of
Post
that,
Malone
though?
was doing
The best one of that was the Far
Side one. Yeah. Yeah, they did. They came out
101 northbound,
Bound.
in tune with the earth sound.
sound
Yeah, that shit
waves.
was dope.
Yeah.
I didn't hear it.
Far Side's good. Oh, it's kill. Yeah.
It's like
I
such a-
only
it's a
know
rare
Passing Me
one.
By from Far Side. I don't know the other. Where was it?
Yeah, they did.
Far Side had some good fucking songs too,
They
man.
did,
Yeah, they
man. I
did.
still
Fucking
love
A.
those guys.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
They got that Johnny Camp one when
Yeah.
they go
Back when
He
I was
rolled
hanging
in.
and banging with those guys.
Yeah.
rolled in like Johnny Camp. They say some shit like
Hey,
that,
man.
Yeah.
and we're like, "That's right."
Man, that guy, fucking words roll off of his tongue. He's fucking smooth, man. I don't know his name, but
There's
Fuck.
like three
been a while.
guys, maybe.
yeah, but the one that's singing that verse,
right.
it rolls off his tongue.
They kind of faded though. I don't think they've done much in a really long
I
time.
heard something about him not too long ago, but I don't know about if there's anything new or anything.
Well, speaking about fading and hurting things a long time ago,
Ow.
we always talk about Josh and I, since we're on the road, when because the Grateful Dead or Dead and Company is getting old. Fish is getting old. Who's going to be the next
Oh man,
touring act?
Spafford.
It's all that same marketing stuff, man. They're always trying to bring up the next up and coming as the great,
And no one's
And I'm
been
not
ab-
going to mention a name, but somebody said, I was listening to something that somebody's like, "Oh, you got to listen to this." And I listened to it, and it was phenomenal. You could tell these guys were really like skilled musicians, but bottom line, sounded like elevator music to me. And yeah, elevator music can be really, good, but boring.
If you're in a fucking elevator, you know why it's elevator music? Because you're not in an elevator very long, so it's cool for fucking 30 or 40 seconds. Seriously.
So I am.
man.
I just, hey,
I don't have an elevator in my house.
I don't know.
All right, so
Don't want to be negative about it, but like sometimes like people are just told what they're supposed to like next, and
Well, yeah, but everybody said that, like, that these guys are going to be this is that, and this is that, and they've been saying that since the 90s, and the only band that really did anything other than that took off was Fish. Really, like, had a following as big, or that that was as close as, like, what the Dead used to fucking do back when they were doing stadiums and
they
shit.
inherited that freaking scene.
They were in the right
100%.
place
They
at the
got
right
lucky.
time.
yeah,
Yeah.
Now,
Right
now
age,
it's someone
the
else's
times.
turn. It's someone else's turn. Someone has to inherit. These people they need somewhere to go.
Well, it's got to be. The only thing
I
is
say
the only-
J-Rad.
The only thing it could
Go
be
to
is
work.
J-Rad.
J-Rad.
Go to work.
The only thing it could be is
What are
J-Rad.
they gonna
really.
do?
What?
What are they gonna do?
J-Rad what though? Like
Just
he does.
J-Rad, man. Just the
I think, yeah, just to get whatever he does, people are gonna follow.
J-Rad. Joe Russo's almost dead. It's.
Oh, so you're saying that's the new?
band.
I mean,
that's gonna be the one.
It's Grateful Dead stuff, but
Better.
Oh,
it's
I
better.
know. I
It's-
agree. That's the greatest. That's the greatest Grateful Dead cover band of all time.
Oh, they're awesome.
yeah, they're
I
fucking
don't know.
great.
I don't know if that's like a really something.
They're
to say,
incredible.
You can say, yeah, they're great.
but They're great
And it's just a good
because I saw them
time,
at the
man.
Peach
It's a
Fest,
good
and
time.
they sold me for sure.
They fucking
Yeah.
right. They rocked it.
and
Oh,
they
yeah.
weren't even the main act. It was like, and they didn't even have the biggest. Actually, that Widespread Panic had more people
I don't
rage
doubt it,
into
man.
their thing, and I don't know, man. I
Hell yeah.
never really got into them, but I remember they were
Widespread panic.
they were right in the cell of like when we were younger, and it was like Norwich, New York. It was Grateful Dead 90% of the time in the jukebox at the parties, and Fish, and then like it was like
Bob
9,
Marley.
and then that 1% there might be somebody throws a Widespread Panic.
Throw
and then
some
it would be
Marley
like-
in there.
So,
Panic.
but long term, what they've made it 25, 30 years. Those guys been playing.
Panic.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, they've been getting fucking drunk. Yeah.
But I honestly don't know one song. I couldn't think of one song by those guys.
Ain't life grand?
Yeah, man.
Ain't
Tall
it?
boy,
They do
Tall boy.
They do all kinds of shit, man.
But yeah.
tail dragger.
That's a cover, right? George Thorogood.
Yeah, it's a cover.
Is that the great George Thorogood song?
Is it a George Thorogood song or is it an old song?
It might be an old song, but I think George did it.
I think it might be a real old song.
Oh.
Once again,
checker.
our fact checker's
Hank
in
Williams.
the building, but is not
I don't know.
president accounted for.
Here we go. He's got out the iPad.
Speaking of fish, we were just talking about a little fishing trip we were on.
Oh, Jesus.
And
All right, so we're out in...
did we talk about the forest fire last week? We were driving through.
We
or
were.
whatever.
So
we
when
get through that.
We got
headed
through the forest fire. We end up in Lake Tahoe. Beautiful. Lake
Wait a minute, you were
Tahoe.
going to Lake Tahoe?
Yes.
When you had the 60
Wait,
foot
wait,
walls
wait.
of fire.
Yes.
Summarize.
Yeah.
We need a summary for the listening
So
audience.
All right,
if you
to
weren't
bring-
here last week,
to bring
Johnny
you
will
up to
catch
date.
you.
To bring you up to date,
Real quick.
we were at the Gorge. We left the Gorge show on a Saturday night. I had little Jimmy
In the back.
the old Wildcat here, shotgun, and we hit the open highway headed for Tahoe, a 13-hour drive. Now, I was awakened early in the morning from a nice...
While I was driving.
Yep.
And while I was sleeping, we had gotten back late from the Friday night show, so it's about 6:30 in the morning. Our companion decides to wake me up.
Yeah, Howlin' Wolf. Tail dragger.
Yeah. So,
I'm going to say he did it first
all right.
before George.
This is a recap.
Yeah.
No, that wasn't. That was
no, that
Don't
was
interject.
that was a fact check.
Son of
So-
a bitch.
Back to the recap.
So his little brother wakes me up.
My little brother was in Norwich.
I know.
All right.
Little bro.
Little bro.
Can't get the cooler back in the car.
Yep. Oh my God. Oh, so we're still out here in fucking at the Gorge then, at the hotel.
Yeah. That's how this day starts. So I don't sleep. This is how long my day is going to be. 6, whatever it is. I open my eyes. And they're
Dude, he's staring.
right at me.
I'm in the other bed looking over there, and I hear something. I look over, and JB's, before he woke up, standing over the top of fucking Johnny, waiting for Johnny to come to so he can tell him that he can't, because he knew better than to fucking say anything or wake me up.
Oh, I've seen that.
So I'm looking over there, and I'm like, what the fuck is he doing? I'm waiting to see if he's going to pop Johnny one, and then I'm going to... But no.
Dude, I'm there. I know he's there, and I have my eyes closed, and I'm like, what?
You just felt him looming.
Yeah. And I'm like, do you know what fucking time it is? We just got
So
here.
we did the old fucking get out there and deal with it. So he sat out there behind the car with the cooler that he loaded with ice that couldn't get it in there by himself.
All right, you got to be fair. Now, in his defense,
Okay.
in his defense, my cooler was one of those giant fishing coolers. You know what I mean? Those huge ass,
Like
white, like the ones you take on a boat. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it was 2 foot by 1.
No,
Just kidding.
No, it was a huge.
it was
cooler.
huge.
So
Johnny tells them all. It's
So
huge.
so he took everything out of the cooler, repacked it full of ice and everything back into it. Nice. I mean, he did a great job, but he couldn't get the cooler back up into the car.
And you punished him for it.
I didn't punish him for it, motherfucker. This is
both-
6:30.
Motherfucker was doing this
Nobody
shit
was
at
worried
5 in the
about it
morning.
except for JB.
You're doing this shit at 5 in the morning.
We're like, so needless to say, we're like, just go out. You just got to go sit out there, make sure.
No one takes the cooler.
So
Johnny
he
says.
sat out there for like the next 3 hours until checkout time,
Let me tell you what.
and
He was.
he
When we got up,
he knew everyone outside of the
he
hotel.
knew everyone outside the hotel.
You know it.
He was primed up, ready for the fucking day.
Stankin'.
Yeah.
No, because I told him he had to have his
Yeah.
shit together that day because we were going to visit people.
All right. So they took us. They
So-
took us to this gated fucking community.
For those of you listening, this is going to end up where they're driving between two walls of fire.
we were.
This
we
is one of the most-
that was
Needless
no
to say,
joke.
they
That wasn't a
didn't-
joke.
Needless to say, they didn't know where the day was going to take them.
This is early still. And
Yeah.
the same day that I don't sleep for the
So
next.
it took you 15 seconds to get the cooler in the car.
Yeah, we
yeah,
threw it
then
right
we're-
in there. Yes, two
Yeah.
people. Yes.
Yeah, then we're on the road, and so
Oh, fuck.
some friends of mine from college were. It was
It was ladies, surprisingly.
It was the photographer for Fish, right?
Well, one of them back then. I
Yeah.
don't know his name.
I don't think he is anymore.
Yeah, Yeah.
Maybe back then, but whatever. So she knew him, whatever. So we get to go party with these guys and hang out, and
It was their place, and he was just there.
yeah, it was. Yeah, it was so like a resort. There's nothing at the gorge anywhere. So somehow,
For fucking miles.
right, dude. So we get on this road. Whenever we get there,
And it's on the fucking
And it's
the
like-
Columbia River, right?
dude, it's like a vacation fucking resort.
Yeah, it's gated.
right.
Gated.
Like
Like-
the bungalows?
No, this place like
Or
like
you roll
all
up to
one-
this
all one
thing, and it's
building?
right
like,
here.
like villas built
Yeah.
into the cliffs all around with
Isn't it what
pools,
it's
and they had
called? Is it-
boats down at the marina.
Is
at
it the
at
villages?
Don't know, but place was sweet. So we we all get there, and we have a great time. We're hanging out, whatever. So I'm behaving myself because I know I have to drive this night. So we bounce out of there. We go to the show, have a great time at the show. It's time to go. I load these two idiots into the fucking car.
Whoa.
And
Bam.
Whoa.
and
I'm pretty sure
So-
I got myself in it.
so we head out on the highway, and we're headed for Tahoe now. I think we got out of there probably midnight, maybe.
We did. We peeled right out. As soon
And,
as they hit Encore, we dragged JB's ass up the hill. Fucking.
Bounced out of there. So we're headed to Tahoe. We get to Oregon, and there's like you can see there's this police line or whatever. So I'm pulling up, and they wave us through. These guys are both passed out. They wave us through. So I drive through, and I look in my mirror, and they stop 3 cars behind us. They stop all traffic, and they sent us. And so
I wasn't passed out. I was holding on for dear life.
So I take off down the fucking highway. And I don't
Did
really
you know why? Could you see anything at the time?
So,
It's just dark.
So at this point, we don't know what's going on. So I'm like, man, it's a little foggy out here. Fucking.
Let me fucking tell.
So all of a sudden, it starts to get a little brighter. And next thing you know, like
First, it was on the left side, just, and then you actually, because your attention's over here first, and then you look.
at the road.
Do you agree with the guy that was sleeping?
He wasn't. He knows I wasn't sleeping. I was fucking.
So the crazy part about it was, like, as you're going, you think the fire's on the left side, and then all of a sudden you see the road just starts curving that way. You know what I mean? And then you realize that the fire's on this side and over here, and I mean they have tall trees and shit out there, and like 60-foot fucking flames on both sides of the highway. And I had it. We had a Ford Explorer. I was doing 100 and whatever it would do. And we were just cruising through there. I mean, it was absolutely one of the wildest things I've ever seen.
All right, so we make it to Tahoe.
And the other guy slept through it?
He woke up and
No, the third. Your third.
Third wheel? Yeah. Well, he's in the back. The one thing he
I know we
did
weren't
pipe
saying
up and
his
say
name.
is
don't stop here.
Oh shit.
So we get out of that, and
How was the gas situation? You had gas.
Oh, yeah.
so yeah,
Oh,
yeah,
yes.
no, we were fine.
Yeah, we were fine on gas.
But if we
'cause you had
were
Josh with
behind those 3 cars that got stopped behind us, it was a 4-hour detour that we would have had to take around all of it. So
Onto your 18-hour trip.
yeah, so I'm glad we got out of it. So we blasted through, like the whole next day kind of sucked. It was like flat parts of different shit. And then we got to
No, you made it there fucking 10 in the morning. You got us there, didn't you?
no, we got there about like 2 or 3 in the afternoon. Because we stopped for a minute to eat something or something. I don't know, but it was, like we left at midnight, so 12 hours is noon.
All
So
right.
and it was afternoon that we got there.
All right.
It was probably like 2 or 3 o'clock. I took a nap, and then you and your buddy went down to the fucking.
Whew.
I sleep like a baby in a rocker when I'm in a car.
Dude, I couldn't sleep after all that. Like, I slept for an hour. These guys came back, and then we went down and found that band by the pizza shop.
Yeah.
So this is back when
Cornered them and
This is back.
Yeah.
This is back when I was stupid and had more money than I knew what to do with, and decided to rent this big house on Lake Tahoe for like a bunch of days.
This cocksucker's
And-
like, oh, they got a canoe in the garage.
It was right there. It was on the
All
wall.
right, let's. Cool.
I mean, it was right on a channel that went directly into Lake. It was awesome. It was a cool place.
great.
So you took a canoe to the show?
No.
No.
It's right down the street,
That would
right?
probably be a better story then.
Yeah. We took the one down the
Recreation.
channel out into the lake.
Yeah,
And the
and
wind
so-
was blowing like a motherfucker. And
We don't know anything about Lake Tahoe. Boom! We're,
he
in
was
the middle of the lake.
He was doing some of his fine art photography. Next thing, God only knows what the fuck I was doing. Next thing you know,
There's a
Did you
cruise
get
ship,
naked
dude.
in the boat, or did you like get naked before you got in the boat?
So
before
I personally
I
didn't
had my
realize
socks on.
You didn't
how
tip
big
over.
Lake Tahoe is. Lake Tahoe is fucking huge.
Yeah.
Yeah,
How
So
deep?
we're-
How deep?
real deep. real,
How deep? Real deep.
Like mountainous deep? or-
Put your butt
like
to sleep.
That's exactly what I was thinking.
without fact checking, I'm going to say with South Lake Tahoe, there's spots that are 80 or 90 feet deep.
Jesus. Yeah, there's mountains everywhere. I'll tell you that much.
I could call someone, get it answered.
You could
right
too.
now.
You could.
Phone-
Oh,
yeah,
we're-
Google.
You're out of lifelines.
Siri.
Jim Root.
Yeah.
So we're out there, dude. This one of these tourism cruise ship thing, fucking like
Caught
sightseer
Johnny's
things.
eye.
No,
So he's got
they
his
come
shirt
fu-
off
Oh,
with his fucking tribal tattoo trying to get him in.
dude, they come cruising by us. Like that's when we realized that we were starting to get in over our head out here.
Yeah, because we started drifting from the fucking canal towards the middle of the like not in the, directly, but that
Dude,
way towards
we're
the
out
middle of the
there.
lake.
Wait, who had the paddle that worked?
Somehow, fucking dude, this fucker, not a kiddie paddle. He had a toddler paddle.
No,
The paddle, Johnny, you don't not me.
You can't blame me for this.
The paddle he had was no bigger than that Cheeto of a. It was like fucking.
This is when we decided to start the podcast. I
Listen-
stopped him there in the story.
Listen to me.
because I wanted to know.
Oh
about
my god! Holy fuck!
I have one thing to say. It is called an emergency oar.
All right, that's what Johnny.
So
had.
wait, where's the like
Oh, it's the handle
non-emergency?
needle.
I had it. I had it.
Oh, okay.
And now back to the wind.
What can I do?
The wind. He didn't offer one bit. Never said, "Hey, let me. I'll give it a shot. I can
I
do
was
it all."
busy.
The guy that can do it all. Yeah, he was busy laughing because he
Keep
had this
going.
tiny thing and laughing at me.
Paddle
and I'm back,
harder.
And I'm back here. Yeah, dude. I'm telling
we
you.
were so fucked.
Yes, dude. I had all I could do. I'm telling you, the wind was blowing, so there was little waves or whatever. But
I'm
I was
like-
paddling like a motherfucker.
I'm like, we're
Just
not
to get
headed
us-
towards the channel. We're gonna beach it wherever we can.
Just to get to the channel. I'm trying to get us off the lake now. I'm like, holy fuck. And he was trying with that little paddle he had, but that thing wasn't doing dick. I mean, it was a fucking workout.
Wow.
And then we get to the channel, and the channel was a little bit better, but not a lot better.
Channel's fine. Channel was calm like glass water. There was nothing moving in the channel.
All right. I still had a fucking trouble.
I bet.
Well, you were probably tired.
Yeah, probably. Sorry, I wasn't on the fucking row team. Come on now.
So they say that there's an urban legend about South Lake Tahoe.
Oh boy.
That there's a bunch of people buried in the not buried, but like dumped there, mob type shit.
In the salt flats?
And no, in the right in the southern
threw 'em
end of
in
the
the
lake.
lake. That's what they say.
And there was another urban legend that Jacques Cousteau
Remember him?
dove there. I think this was proven false, but it's interesting anyway. That he dove, he dove down there, and that what he saw he could never speak of. It was it was so horrible. So that's what they said. He saw a bunch of bodies down there, all chained up and fucking
Jesus.
concrete shoed.
So we went, Josh and I drove through on the way to wherever we were going. Did we do it twice? No, the one time was when we were together. We were separate the first time. But anyway, Salt Flats, Boonville Salt Flats. So it's like south of Lake Tahoe. But like where they set the race record and everything like that.
Yeah.
It's in every fucking movie.
Bonneville?
Yeah, it's in Utah.
Yeah,
Right.
Yeah.
Utah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Utah.
Yeah.
for sure.
So we were there when it was salt, and so I took a bunch home. I still have a bag of it.
I do too.
I got a bag of Utah. I mean, Yeah, it's just jail time waiting to happen. Just in my glove box at the van.
Right.
I didn't know what to do with it.
Right.
So
now
anyway,
it's not jail time.
we go back through for Dead and Company earlier the second year around, and I was like, oh, I can't wait for the salt flats. We're gonna catch it right as the sun's going down. I had my camera, I was taking fine art photography.
He is, man. This guy just, you
And,
never see a picture he takes, but he takes them.
I don't know how to get him off
He's
my
taking
camera.
pictures of all kinds of shit. I haven't seen a picture yet.
I gotta get him off my
and
camera.
he took
I got a bunch of pictures of him.
And he took a shitload of pictures of everything too. Wait, let's stop. It was just getting dark. There was this beautiful moon in the fucking tall forest or whatever. He's out there taking pictures for fucking ever. Like, you were.
Here's what happened.
You were though. No, you were.
Here's what happened. Oh,
It was a beautiful moon, right?
Here's what happened. No, it wasn't the moon.
Oh.
I looked up,
right.
and we were in the redwood forest.
We
right?
were.
And it was the sky was so fucking far away. Okay. I mean, it looked the trees were just forever. So it looked like if you looked long enough, it looked like it was a cavern. It was carved down.
Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt you guys. I was just letting these guys are exiting
Oh, all right.
our
technical team.
Yes.
technical team.
Well, in case you
Technical
guys
team.
were wondering.
They're splitting.
Yeah.
Later, man.
Yo,
Later,
next week
gentlemen.
we'll see you guys, right? Yeah. We are having an underground party Saturday.
Oh boy.
UG.
But the shape of the trees.
It's
Right.
dancing.
The shape
Bring
of the
your wife.
trees was the exact same as the Big Dipper. So it was a star, shaped just like the Big Dipper, and the trees framed it out. And I wasn't tripping, so I took pictures of it for like 3 hours.
I wasn't tripping either. I was sitting
3
in
hours.
I was sitting in the
Josh was like,
passenger seat. Yeah. Well, I saw them on my phone
20
yesterday. I
minutes.
have a bunch of pictures of you looking up, taking pictures. I have pictures of you in the red
He does.
light of the brakes. Like they're pretty dope.
So I have a lot of pictures of you though, a lot. But so we're on we get the salt flats and it's fucking mud. It is the muddiest fucking mud. It's the stickiest, most
Wet season?
You think you know what fucking mud is here, right? You know, you get it on your hands. You imagine getting mud on. You get mud on your fucking pants. This fucking mud was concrete, but it was stickier, not slimy. It was dry. Not dry, but I can't even fucking explain
He
it.
come out of that vehicle hot too, ready to go out in there, and he took a couple.
We tried to get a picture because of residual water and then the sunset and so we were trying to get like the reflection pictures. But each of us had, we got like mud up to our fucking ankles and like losing our sandals and shit trying to walk through it. But this is the only reason I'm telling you. This is fucking amazing. So we the mud dried almost instantly, and then we probably drove 15 minutes to a spot to wash it off. We were already on tour, or just been in there for a while. I got dry legs, scaly fucking shit, like tour legs basically, and tour just started. But the spots where that mud was on my leg and on my feet, when I washed them away, I had brand new, fresh, white, just clean skin. And it made the rest of my leg look like it was fucking a reptile. And that's what they do with those fucking mud masks. That's when you lay down and put that mud. It fucking sucks all that shit. And gives
Salt
you-
mud.
I'm telling you, man.
Yeah, this was good salt mud too,
It was
man.
Salt life.
Yeah, it was a miracle product, man.
Yeah, you can go down there and get truckloads of that shit, bring her back to New York.
Yep. Dip my ball.
Burn off your bad skin.
Yeah.
Yep.
Dip is.
Yeah, but I always see that there's like, take a mud bath, and people get down. I can
Oh,
imagine
yeah.
getting down in that, and I mean, because the salt content is so high. I tasted it; it's fucking salty.
Can you like float?
That it just
Morton has a fucking
it's all
salt
mud.
plant right there on there. Morton. That's that salt plant that's right there.
Right.
Fuck yeah.
Well, that makes sense.
Well, yeah. You goddamn right it does. Man, they got money.
But now I can see
Pulling
why
it
someone
off
pays
the land.
money for that stuff.
It don't grow on trees.
Pulling that shit off the land.
It's in the dirt.
Fuck.
Syracuse,
Dude, it's great
is,
because you go down
built on
there
a
and
salt mine.
you see where people tried to go off in there and got buried, and like it's great, man. People put all kinds of shit, little like things.
Art
in,
installations.
yeah.
When you're driving out, it's like a big version of the way old ladies do their garden, where they have like a fucking little thing,
Yeah.
like a 3-piece.
Gart. Don't they call that like garden art? Gart or
Yeah.
something shit?
Old
like
lady
that?
bending over.
Guard.
Yeah, there's
What
giant
the
there's
hell?
giant versions of that.
They got, and then they have a real, like someone actually, they had someone come in and do a big fucking thing there, but it,
Like 40 years ago, it looks
Yeah.
like people have been shooting at it.
yeah,
It has a real
with semis.
it has a real no man's land vibe to it.
Well, it's been sitting in
But it's
salt.
neat being out there, like seeing it for the first time. It's in so many movies. I drove out there with my van when I was with John Jankowski.
I drove out there in my van. I was by myself though.
Yeah, man. How fast did you go? 45.
I didn't get out there and try to go late. I didn't.
I didn't want to tip my fucking van over.
I didn't get out there and try to go crazy.
I did like 60.
I'll tell you what, where I went to this one spot when I went out there by myself and pulled off one of them roads and went out there a bit and pulled over and pissed on the side of my van. And when I was doing that, where I pulled, there was so many, like it's like a state land too, though, out there in certain parts of that. And they could come out there and they let them ride like those ATVs and the four-wheelers and the dirt bikes. But there was so many camper, like where I pulled, there was over 200 camper, like you could just see, and they just like boom, boom, they're fucking everywhere. They were out there having a good old time too, man. They got their easy ups like we do, whatever. They set up little camp and they go ride for fucking hours, and then they come back and eat lunch and shit. Yeah, I see. Yeah.
That's weird, man, because that's crazy. It's almost doing that like in a gym, like just a flat floor forever with nothing to hide you from other people. That's why camping makes more sense to me. Get some trees in between you,
Right.
but you're just doing it like in an open.
Right.
Yeah, I mean that
Well, you
shit
can
looks
ride for miles upon miles upon. I'm sure there might get a little terrain here and there.
Yeah,
It's pretty fucking flat though.
oh, that's cool, man. Yeah, it's a neat. Yeah, and so when I went out there the first time and it was dry, it was the actual salt flats. I was like, oh, I'm gonna collect some of this shit. It is hard as fucking diamonds. I had a knife trying to scratch off just the ridge line that was bumped up, and it took some fucking effort, man. So when you're riding it, I'm sure you get a lot of, you're not losing much. You're not sinking in
Right.
at all. It's fucking concrete.
Yeah. Rock hard.
Bam.
Where'd you go from there? Where was next?
That when we were going to the West Coast, we were going to Shoreline. Google has a amphitheater, Shoreline Amphitheater, right? Or
Yeah.
It's in Shoreline, or
It's
in
in
Mountain View, California.
Mountain View, yeah.
See, that's why I go on tour with Josh. He had us, like, first time we've ever been there, and he's got his little people. He stops, pulls up, talks to these shady-looking people, and pulls up next to somebody else, and he's getting texts from
All that truck stop time paid off.
Well,
getting texts from Vanessa. They go behind here.
no.
Oh
I
man.
did not.
First
Hey,
time,
hey, that girl knows everything.
yeah,
She is the teacher.
she got us a parking spot in a like this little hidden turnaround garbage.
No, she didn't have
receptacle.
anything to do with it.
All right, it was Josh. But we had the street we wanted to get to was right here, Shakedown, right? And then it was a park and a bigger park, and then the roads came in from the other side. But we circumvented the whole thing, found our way in and behind this or near this little turnaround or roundabout with some dumpsters, and it was literally 10 yards, like backdoor style. So when the time came, it's, you start seeing these vans creep out like under the fucking moonlight, like making moves, trying to park on Shakedown at like 4 a.m. to beat the line at 6 or 8.
But they forgot who fucking. So we're there, and we're like, there's another van parked where we are, and then us. And then, so we decide we'll take a little nap. I wake up for some fucking reason. I wake up and look out, and we're like blocked in, kind of.
Oh, yeah, that's
And
right.
I'm like, fuck.
All these people know what we're here to do.
And then I realized, though, that while we're blocked in, it's time to fucking get over there. So I get up there, I'm looking for the keys, trying to find the keys. I get that fucker, and I'm like, whatever, we're going.
Yeah.
Because Warner's a little testy when he's sleeping, kind of like he's a little. He's always got a question when I say, "Yo, it's time to go. It's time to go."
He has to
it's
make
time
decisions
to go.
without me, or else.
How long is it going to take to get there?
Yeah. I'm like, should we leave now? What if we lose our spot? That's my.
But
main
he
question.
always, he's like the black. He's like kind of the black cloud. Like, well, if we do this, then
The devil's advocate.
yeah. Well, it was the right move to move, though.
Oh yeah.
I got these. So I got this guy. I'm like, I'll fire up the van. Maybe he's smart enough to know.
Yeah,
No,
we made it. We
he-
got
yeah,
in
but
there
he
right
wa-
at 5 a.m.
Yeah, I had to knock on his.
Oh, he moved.
He moved, but I had to knock on his window, get him up. I wouldn't have had to get him up if he didn't block us in, which is so asinine.
But the end of the story is we skipped what would have been like a mile-long line around blocks and corners of people cutting each other off, cutthroat, trying to get onto Shakedown, and we just rolled over like a fucking footpath 10, 20 yards, and then got our spot. We were the only people to sleep there overnight. Everyone else left and had to come back the next day. We just slept there in front of the RV.
In front of this dude had this fucking...
Gary.
Yeah. He's got this huge, like, bus RV type deal, like one of them big ones. And we were, like, right in front of it, so we didn't even look like we're there, really. And we just, like, took forever to clean up and no one there. We hopped in there, slept.
See, so that's what I mean. Like, if you pick if that was a fish show at Shoreline, what do you think the difference would be as far as, like, you know, how the Dead show was? I mean, it was just fucking raging at Shoreline for Dead and Company. Do you think Fish is going to be the same there? You think it's the Shoreline?
They're not playing there, though, are they?
No, I know, but that's...
It would be the same kind of, pretty much the same. And they don't...
Like San Fran, do you think Fish? That's what I was going to ask you. I was going to call you. Might as well do it on air. Have you seen the Chase Center? Where's the park? Is there a Shakedown? It's because that's not the Coliseum.
That's not the... Wait, you're talking about San Fran?
San Fran. Chase.
That's not the Bill Graham deal.
No.
And that's right in town there. That Chase Center, that's not the new stadium where that they just built, is it? For no, because it's called something else. I think that where Golden State's playing now.
I just didn't know if there's any parking.
I don't know. I know that if it's where Dead & Co. just played there, like it for New Year's, it was over by the water kind of, and they were vending over there. They were definitely vending there.
So you've seen it before?
If it's the same place. I haven't been there in person, but I seen where they were vending, and saw a bunch of pictures and shit.
You see anything good on there? Janet Camp?
What are you doing? Getting some info for the next...
I was running this. I didn't mean to... I was listening to you guys, but I'm just checking share on this thing.
I was just killing dead air. Or not dead air, but I was just making conversation.
John, what do you think?
I thought you're...
He's fact-checking still. John's over there fact-checking.
I got a lot going on.
Oh, really?
Yep.
What's her name?
I wish.
I doubt it's a... I doubt we're going on that route these days.
Oh, boy. So what's there's not, they haven't released anything for this year yet, huh?
Not Dead & Co.
Not Dead & Co.
Yeah, Fish did the whole run. Hey, how was Ange? How was the show, man, at Blarney Stone?
Oh, it was good. We had a great night. It was awesome.
Fucking A, man.
Yeah, we played. We did our duty. We do our 4 hours, couple breaks, but yeah, we do it up. We got another one next week at Rita's.
Next Saturday?
Next Saturday, that's February 8th at Rita's Tavern on Lackawanna Ave in the heart of the Empire State, Norwich, New York.
Like I wanna have.
Yeah.
So Lackawanna Ave, you know.
It's a one-way street.
Oh.
So, do you guys do your Pink Floyd medley? I know it's...
Oh, yeah.
We
nail it.
It's outrageous.
In fact, our new thing, we realized that...
and it's nothing to be ashamed of.
Once we play that one...
I love Pink Floyd.
Once we play that one, typically,
Great
you know, that's like the end. Like, everybody's like, all right, they ain't going to do anything else, you know. So we our new thing is we kind of rev them up every time. So we're like, stick around, Pink Floyd coming up. And, you know, we get them stay all night long.
Fucking reel them in.
Hanging on.
If we play it the first song, we're done.
Really?
No Pink Floyd for this guy.
You don't like Pink Floyd?
Well,
He's not a big fan.
He won't do it.
big fan.
That
That song they do is a pretty good song.
kind of doesn't surprise me.
They do a good song. They do a good version of it. I like that song.
Yeah, it's one of those songs. It's like it's
Tyler,
good, man.
I used
It's a
to
good
listen
one.
to Tyler do it, and then these guys started doing
Who's the Tyler?
it.
Tyler Childers?
Yeah. He just do it with a guitar though, just bare bones.
Yeah, it's a
He's so
different
cool.
But
thing.
these guys tear it up.
What
Yeah,
song
the
is
whole
it?
band.
Love it, man.
Home.
Chris goes
No.
nuts. It's a medley.
It's time.
Yeah,
isn't it?
that's
No,
my
it's
favorite part.
It's not time.
It's a medley,
Or what?
isn't it? Don't you do a couple?
Yeah, we do. Well, we do.
away the moment.
Yeah, we do.
Time.
Yeah, but there's something else.
Yeah,
also.
it's there's like it's 3 songs.
But they roll. It's not all Pink Floyd though,
It's
right?
not the way they did it, but it's like we did it.
is
We
all
do
Pink
it our way.
Chris goes
and it's
nuts,
like
man.
Yeah.
So it's Breathe into On the Run, which is the like medley that's just like you know, whatever. And then
the tornado.
yep, and then
Time.
and then Time.
Yeah.
And then
People
we come
go
in
fucking
with
nuts.
Time.
That's a good one to
And
drop,
then when
man.
we end Time, we actually come back into the last verse of Breathe. And then we close it out.
Breathe.
So
it ends
before I,
up-
before I forget, I think a good podcast would be if you had a story to tell, right? Even with us, like, oh, I got a good story, and bring Chris in to play his
To
keyboard.
document it.
No,
on the keys,
like
yeah.
along, you know what I mean, to play like the score. So
He-
it's like when the fire was
he
coming.
used
It's
to.
like,
He
dun,
used
dun,
to
dun,
do
dun,
that
dun,
with
dun,
us,
dun,
and then
dun.
he quit showing up.
He used
Oh
to be.
man, I thought I had a great
He might be
idea.
he might be our only listener right now. Actually,
he was our
so-
he was our original sound guy.
Yeah. He did everything.
Yeah, he'll be back.
He
If-
had samples of Johnny and samples of me, and he'd hit them.
He's just been working pretty hard. But
a hardworking man.
But we talked about pre-recording some things to run as intro outro music because you know he's got a ton of it all ready to go
Right.
if he was here. But
Absolutely.
No, I just meant like
We'll
old,
bring it back.
like old timey shows where they're sitting there playing along. You know what I
Right.
mean? You gotta watch and be like, oh, he's doing this. You know?
Yeah.
But I mean, not like that. Not like a search thing.
Yeah,
but,
the old
'cause
shows.
He can make so many.
If
different
anybody,
noises,
you want to
man.
go back and
He
listen
could do like
to
CSI.
To any of the Mang and Neads shows from what were they? They really end up being 2017.
17.
So we're pushing 3 years ago when we did these and
Good Lord, we've
And
got
they're funny,
couches
dude.
now.
yeah, like we've evolved, you know, like everything.
Still got the
But
banner.
and then also we have the radio shows. In fact, if you go to like the playlist within here, you can find playlists that's like Mang and Neads show, or you can find Sonic Gardens Radio, which is the ones where basically it opens up with Chris playing some solo, usually like a minute or so in the beginning, and then throughout the 1 hour episode is different improv tracks and layered tracks that he puts together. That's beautiful.
It's gotta
and then
be, man.
and then we also add the music that we have recorded here, which I'm kind of learning that I think YouTube dilutes music a little bit. So we're gonna try and maybe figure out a better way to broadcast our Sonic Gardens radio in the future. You know, any ideas? Send us anything that.
Take over the radio waves. Fucking.
Well, you know.
That'll
We'll have
give
to
you
cut
cancer.
That one
We
of
have
us,
to cut the F
one of us
out.
just needs to go get the old FCC license or whatever, and then we could totally run an
Oh,
actual
man.
radio station.
What kind of background check do you got to pass for that?
Not
I
much.
don't know. I
don't
mean,
think.
it just comes down. We'd have to edit down our show as far as
Well, we'd have to our
language.
language. Yeah.
So you know,
But I'm cool with that because
You
when
talking
I
about to
when
get
I
on FM radio?
yeah I did that when I went to school up there. I had 2 radio shows plus I was I got to put all the music. I was the program. I got to put all the music on there, so we had all. Yeah, we had a great selection.
I bet.
Well, we had everything, every genre.
I
We
know
had
that's
everything.
every CD of yours. 13 songs, 13 different genres.
Yeah, we had
On repeat.
No, I play a fucking.
Not back to back, unless it's Benjamin Todd.
Yeah. Oh yeah, I could go from bluegrass right into some fucking hot rap, man.
Right.
Some fucking Tupac or yeah.
I got to tell you something.
Tell me, John.
So I work with these kids that are
Young,
young,
20s.
and Rap's gone downhill, man.
Well, yeah, they listened to that fucking blah, 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 with the
Oh, my
flange,
God.
Mumble rap.
Oh my God,
with the flange on there.
it's gone downhill.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, you were spoiled. You had Eminem, man.
We had like KRS-One.
I was gonna say,
The rhyming is pretty weak.
I mean, KRS-One,
Like,
don't get me
come on.
wrong, is great, but
just
Wu-Tang Clan.
They
Eminem
make up
walks
words
in.
just to make them rhyme. Like it doesn't even have
I
to
don't
be
know, man.
anything. It's like
What?
grateful, hateful,
I like KRS-One a lot, but
Come
Eminem
on.
is.
grateful. I mean,
Yeah.
like what the fuck, you know?
That's
did you
just
say,
awful.
Did you
It's
say
like
Gumma?
it's like they're
Hateful.
sitting.
That's
on
what
a-
I'm saying.
Hateful.
Gumma, grateful. Yeah, there you go. And then they're
Grateful.
like, "That's cool, Gumma." Let's say
Gamma,
that a
gamma,
couple
gamma,
times.
Gamma, gamma.
Whatever.
Yeah,
Whatever. I appreciate it all, but not really.
I just and so I got to ride around with this kid and
Just
and
one.
he loves it. You know
The
what I mean?
mumble rap.
And
To
he's-
anybody specific that he's like,
Yeah.
like what's the name?
Tyler, the creator.
I don't know. I don't even.
Did you play him the Eminem
don't have
Disses
that,
Mumble
but is
Rap?
it good?
Did you look that one up?
Dude, he
he good?
Like he bumps, and we're in this giant service
you
truck,
serious?
like and he bumps this going into like gas stations,
Right, and
shit
you're
like-
embarrassed.
And I'm like,
Dude, have you?
I'm
did
like,
you
dude,
do it
you
though?
need-
You go. Let me pick a song and put on that. Just look at like if you find out what the exact. I can't remember.
Did you put
but,
Rakim on?
But look up. Look up Eminem destroys mumble rap, and dude, it's so.
Have you heard his new
insane
album? Has
killer.
anyone heard his new album?
I've heard a couple things off it.
I
Yeah,
haven't at all. Is it
I
good?
like it, man. I like it. I like the guy. I like
His
uh,
George
yeah, he's
Michael.
good.
I like
his
what he
George
does.
Michael beard bothers me.
I like. Oh yeah, like
I
it
don't
looks like
like
it's
it.
painted on there,
Yeah, I'm like,
kind
what
of.
the fuck? And he's always,
But whatever.
you know.
Like,
It's Eminem, don't get me wrong.
yeah, he like
He could still fucking rap.
Yeah, he
still
ta-
spit out
he
shit. He, might
seems-
not have his lyrics like he used to, but he can still spit it.
I think he's
Fast,
he's
too.
as clever
Love him, man.
clever as ever, clever as ever with those rhymes. That's my
Clever as ever.
Clever
Gumma.
as ever.
Gumma.
Gumma, 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 gumma.
Gumma grateful.
chameleon.
Jesus.
Come grateful.
Gumma chameleon.
Grateful.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Gumma.
Grateful.
gumma. A gumma trumma. Bummer.
It's awful. It's
Who's that?
awful
That
shit.
Tech 69 kid or something?
No.
What do you do?
I
Rat
don't
on
know.
everybody? Is he looking for fucking?
That cool thing though in Eminem's
Tech 69?
destroy that in that thing he just goes through.
Tekashi 69, right?
Yeah, he goes through
Music
each
to
one.
be murdered by.
He goes each through one of the mumbles and he like
album.
impersonates them so that it's obvious enough that he's impersonating what they're doing, and then just annihilates what they're like their
I gotta
their
watch
whole
that.
thing. It's
I gotta watch
cool,
that
man.
tonight. Does he do Tyler the Creator? Does he get him?
Oh, I don't know. I don't know.
It'd be pretty
specifically.
recognizable. Like if you were going to do an impersonation of it, it'd be pretty easy. Like he's that like different. He doesn't sound at all like anybody else.
Well, he doesn't.
He just angry talks.
Oh right. Tyler the Creator. Yeah, I don't know who that is.
Wasn't there something with him and Machine Gun Kelly?
Who?
That was a
Eminem?
while ago.
Yeah.
Yeah, Nick Cannon came back into the picture.
Oh yeah,
with
Nick
Eminem,
Cannon.
though.
Nick, when the fuck was
Dude,
he
he just-
relevant?
That's what I mean.
He
I
wasn't.
laughed when I saw just before I even watched it. I go,
He's
I'm
got a
like, who's
TV
next?
show.
Ryan C. Yeah, he's got the Wild and Out.
He's a
and
fucking,
like,
and he's got some.
but they all like. That's what I'm saying. It's cheesy,
Listen,
man. It's
I don't know
cheesy.
where they fucking drive around and pick these people up and say, well, throw them on TV and fucking have them fucking shout out at each other.
Oh!
Yeah, you know what's better
They all
is
think
like
they're funny.
Did you guys see like the professional like the rap battles where it's like
Yeah.
you'll see literally like Kenny G up against
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
so, and
Richard Martin.
This
like
is-
that shit's like at least that's like kind of funny because you see
Sir-
these people completely in like a
I've never
different
seen that.
a different type of element and they're
What
just
is it
like
on?
they're
But
like
you're gonna call that a real
like-
rapper?
they're not real rappers but it's like
No, but I
they're-
mean like he
they
They
do-
have
calls
to-
out.
they
they
have to-
diss
yeah.
they diss the other like celebrity
Yeah.
to their
Yeah.
face like roast style.
I've never seen it, but I
And-
saw one of.
The
I've
Kenny
seen it.
G one's pretty dope because he
Yeah.
gets into like about sax, like I can't remember who.
Kenny G blows.
was that
Some
and like shit like that. We always, it's smooth
Because
some smooth-
everybody knows that Kenny G
It's
blows.
way,
or
but
some
it's
shit
way
like that.
better.
It's pretty
It's
good.
way better to watch that than it is to watch those like wannabe. I don't know, whatever.
I hate all the reality shows, like
MTV
the
went
makeover
down-
shows or everything. But
Why
you know
did they
that
get rid of all the video shit?
But I just mean, after that, like 20 years after they got rid of that, it's all these makeover shows. It's like the Logmen, the fucking gold looking for people, the this, that.
Yeah,
but all it is
Johnny's favorite.
is that
The
cheesy,
Bush people.
the cheesy fucking rock guitar licks in between the segments, like Orange County Chopper, drive me fucking insane. It's like, we're gonna go over to see how Donnie's doing on
That
slow
guy's
motion chainsaw.
Yeah. Wait, weren't you on one of them cheesy TV shows? He was, dude. He was on one of them. No shit.
Yep.
Yeah,
I've seen it.
Which one?
2 episodes or 3?
3.
Was
3,
it-
and
what
this
was it?
fucker was on a TV
Which
show.
one? Talk
Was it
about it. You can
national
totally.
TV?
This makes us
Was
legit.
it Building Wild?
So here with
It
us
was.
we have celebrity.
Yep.
It's a national TV star. Is
Yeah.
the that's
Building
That was
Wild.
the name of it.
that's what you call me.
No, Building Wild.
Building Wild. So it was on Nat Geo.
Okay,
So,
okay.
so all of my screenshots, because I'm in the Actors Guild now, no big deal.
Nice, man.
But have the Nat Geo logo, and it says like Alaska State Troopers next to it every fucking time, because they're always like rolling the ads. I'm like, come on, man. You know what I mean? Can't you not advertise on my screenshot? But it's they built extreme cabins. And they did it just like Extreme Home Makeover. The same.
It
producer.
was like that one I was on
Same
MTV
producer.
where they roll in there and extreme makeover the trailers.
That's yeah. Well, no.
Remember
it's-
that one?
Yeah. Well,
That was fucking
the
great.
guy who
That was great.
the guy
What
who
they did-
produced this did the first Real World. Like it was his thesis at Syracuse University.
Real World New York down in
Yeah.
the city. They
Eric,
did that.
Eric
Okay,
Neace. So if I remember it right,
Let's get a hold of him.
I might not, but
Do a lot show.
he was told when he did his thesis in Syracuse that no one can do this. You can't do an unscripted show; it won't work. And then he did the Real World, and it changed the fucking world.
Oh yeah,
So
clearly.
yeah. But this, I think Building Wild came along so many years
They
later.
were already doing the
Yeah.
Cops show.
Yeah, but it was a
That-
formula where they put everything in. It was the same thing. The narrator, was like the host and everything. And it kind of when you structure it too much, it takes it away. But the one thing I can tell you is that when we have 7 days, you have 7 fucking days, man. There is so much equipment, sound equipment. There's tens of fucking people with computers with dust covers and looking at shit and adjusting stuff, like 10 of these things.
Right.
And everyone's mic'd up with like the little things, and there's cranes,
Wireless mics.
Yeah, there's cranes and drones and everything like that. But every day on set, there's craft tents, medics. There's just so much shit behind the scenes that it costs an ungodly amount of money. Plus, you're paying everybody except the people who do artwork. And well, I mean, they're not like that, but what you're paying for,
Making America great.
Yeah.
what you got paid. The guy that was renting the crane was fucking killing it because they're out in Vermont and it's the one, the one business there. But anyway, if you go one day over, if you're supposed to do it in 4 days and you have to go a 5th day, no one makes any money.
The deadline.
Yeah, because it costs so much money.
That's why you hear those
per
guys
day.
on
They're
them
just like, sorry. Yeah.
other shows. We got
So
a
they're
deadline.
Like, fucking I thought that was fake. I'm like, just take another day. It's like, no. Not only do you have a fucking camera, you have a cameraman. That dude gets paid like
Yeah,
fucking,
hotels.
Oh
You got
fuck, man! And there are so many people behind the scenes.
per diem for everybody.
Yeah. Per diem.
But they did it like drugs. They brought me in, and
they did it like drugs.
Well, the first thing they had me do, see, the way I met him, it's I was managing a bar at a golf course, like a restaurant at a golf course,
how you met
and it was out of season, and I did it like this. But they would come in late, and my thing with the restaurant is you don't close ever. You know what I mean?
Right,
If no
exactly.
one is there and you close at 10 o'clock, you don't close at 9:30 because no one's there, or 9:50 because someone's gonna fucking show up, 10 minutes before you close, and you're already gonna be closed, and they're not gonna take that chance again. They'll be like,
Right.
last time we tried to go, it's getting late, So I just stayed open all the time because I lived upstairs. I didn't have anything to do. So these guys would always come, and they would be involved with the show, and I had a carved sign and a mural in the back that I had painted, and they're like, oh, who did this, who did that? And then they started like consulting with me, asking these questions. Hey, what do you think? How would you do this, and how would you build that? Little questions about like I thought they wanted signs for something, and I knew kind of what they did, that they worked on a TV show, but then when I figured out who they were, it was, they worked for that Building Wild for the reality show, and they brought me on to do to like get my foot in the door. They pitched the opportunity. It's like, we have our idea is stacks of wood, like stacked firewood, right outside.
This was beautiful.
Oh yeah, we'll pick the shittiest team we could ever pick.
This
Yeah.
was
And we'll have you do
this
that.
was absolutely beautiful.
Yeah.
Oh, it came out
creation.
great.
Oh,
It came out
absolutely.
great.
100%.
Terrible team though.
Finish.
Okay, so the
Stack
shitty
of
part
wood.
was, the shitty part was they had just cut down trees and limbed all the, all of them like 14, 16 inches, whatever, right? Green, muddy, they just, they leveled this fucking place on this hill in Vermont to build the cabin. And so everything that looked kind of like firewood was thrown in this fucking pile, and it was just rain and mud and shit. So they just thought, it's like, yeah, it's firewood, so we'll just stack it, no problem. And this shit was so wonky. When they brought me in, I thought it was going to be like, split, whatever, but not quite. Some of it was split. They had a splitter. I don't know. So I had to stack it. And
Oh, you had to stack it all too?
yeah, that's what they didn't show. And so it's my first time on national TV. All right, they asked
And
me to
now
come
you're
in.
like professional wood stacker.
Yeah,
They're like,
Yes.
you got one day, and we want you to paint a Jets logo on a pile of stacked firewood. And I was like, all right. And then I got there, and I thought I was going to be hot shit. I was late. And, and they're like, yeah, so, hey, we're great to have you, this and that. So sign your life away. Yeah, there you go. Put this, they give you a
If
mic.
you
once
die,
get rolling.
you
Oh,
can't
yeah.
do anything
Yeah.
about it.
Yeah, and I'll get to that, too. And then they give me the idea. There's a frame built out. And they're like, yeah, so you're just going to stack this wood here however you want, get it, and you just paint a Jets logo on it, and it'll be great. So I'm like, all right. And they have a GoPro on the top of the thing. They have a camera above me on a fucking branch. I had a body cam once in a while, and there was just cameramen walking. There were so many fucking cameras.
Yeah.
They were everywhere. So I just started stacking, and I had to pick up the wood one hand. I was, one hand at a time. One log in each hand. I didn't want anyone calling me a pussy. So I'm stacking the wood. I'm like, oh man, dun, 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 dun,
And they're
I'm
all
on
hot.
TV.
And they're all weird, like
They're
curvy.
all, yeah, they're, oh my god. So here's the deal: if you're gonna paint something on things that fit together like that, if they don't fit together well, there's gaps.
Gaps.
right, huge gaps.
Yeah, so
can
I
be.
stacked as good as I could. They kept asking me if I wanted help and stuff like that. I'm like, no, I'm good. Just leave me the fuck alone, because that was really worrying me. I'm like, national TV. I'm like, you're gonna embarrass yourself, bro. You can't write big enough to make those gaps small enough. You know what I mean? Like half of the fucking J is gonna be missing. Like it's just not gonna
Right.
fucking work. So they have a tent with all these tools in it and shit. No hatchets, no axes, nothing to split the wood. So I got some kind of fucking crowbar and a hammer, like a sledgehammer, and I was hitting the fucking crowbar and twisting it at one time, like a motion of splitting wood. The only way.
Get
I could
the
do
fuck
it.
outta
And
here.
it was fucking green, and it was green. Yeah, and I thought it was going to be on TV.
Motherfucker splitting with a crowbar.
Yeah, I'm like,
and a hammer,
check
5
it out. I'm
pounds.
like, this is Building Wild shit. And in my head, I was like, this is real Building Wild shit. And I was like, bang, and it was fucking splitting. They were
Twigs.
They were smaller. Yeah, they were pretty small. But what I was doing was making wedges. Like they didn't have to split
Right, right.
perfectly. And then I started banging it in, and I did such a good job that it looked like fucking cork. It looked so
Yeah.
cool. Everyone thought I was done. And I was
That's
getting
what
passed
it's
in the back
supposed
like,
to be,
they're
yeah.
like, oh, it's so cool, whatever. So like the next day it rains, and I had to put a big tarp over, and I painted the Jets logo under the tarp, and it's just simple JETS, and there was like a plane, like the top or whatever. And then I looked at it, and I was so fucking disappointed in myself.
Yeah.
It was just so fucking sad. It was just white over, like, and I was like, bleh. And you couldn't even, I tried, like, the logs were super straight because I was hitting them in from the front and the back,
Right.
and I had it so fucking nice. And I spent a whole day stacking it. I was only supposed to be there for 1. I was there for 3. I was there right up until the last day. But here's the cool part. So I wanted to do something. I brought my Dremel because I was going to carve around the letters of the Jets to make it pop a little bit. You know what I
Right.
mean? So I plug it in, bring it out, on these logs, my fucking Dremel, and it goes,
Yeah. Perfect.
You know, and I'm like, what the fuck? You know, and it's just they're just you can't even fucking see them, man. My fingernail could make, you know, it's just
It's all wet, right?
It's wet, and they're fucking, you know, it's kind of green, and they're fucking
it's just
logs.
Kind of like shredding almost.
Yeah,
like,
and it's just little, and I was just, it was like, I was like, oh my God, and I hope no one saw it.
You needed to get a chainsaw out there, right?
So this old man named Milan, he's this old dude, and he's like, hey, you know, he's like, there's something in the craft tent, I can show you how to use it. He's a carpenter, and he was saying that he uses this thing to sculpt, like, you know, railings when he has to match some stuff. He's like, oh yeah, I do this and that and whatever. It's an angle grinder, right? So it's this fucking big. And then you pull a little trigger, and 4 inches, 6 inches, I think it's 4 inches. No guard.
yeah.
You took it off.
The cord that goes
Got in
this
the way.
Yeah. And here it is, and then it just stops, and then there's a spinning chainsaw blade, a fucking chainsaw blade that he made. Just fucking.
They sell them now.
Yeah.
Oh my God! So he takes me over. He's like, now listen, you know, he's like, I'm going to show you how to do this. He demi-moored me. He went around my back, right? And he's like, all right, I got you. And I was like, all right. And I was fucking scared. So I was like, here, take my hand and put it where it needs to be, you know, because I was like, this is a fucking chainsaw. I didn't want to be like, oh, I got it.
Josh
I got it, old man.
remembers those days.
Yeah. So I was like, all right, where does this hand go? You know? So he, you know, he gets me on there, and he's like, watch the cord. Always, you know, get your slack, you know. So that whole thing, you know, you pile it up. So and then you started going, and he's like, the only thing you need to know is you put it down, and you have to go this way. He's like, you can't go like that, you know. It's like, don't reach down and hit the back of it because it'll fucking kick up in your face. Yeah. And it's spinning.
Yeah.
Man.
Yeah.
So, and he just does it, puts my hand, and I wasn't ready. I was like, and he's like, wing, and he just sinks into that, like 4 fucking inches into that wood and pulls it down. He's like, meow, and I was like, holy shit.
Yeah.
But I had to excuse him. I was like, I'm getting hard on, you know.
Yeah, get out from behind me.
Yeah.
More power.
Unless you're going to give me the reach around.
So you go, like, I went down like 4 inches deep, maybe 2 inches, half of the thing, whatever. But I went all the way down, like, to the edge, and then you cut in like 45 and just notching the thing out. I was like, oh my God. So it took, like, you know, and he stood back for a minute, and I just went fucking nuts. I was like, around it, you know, cutting out, and then the jets, boom, popped right out. And I turned around. He's still standing there with like 6 other people. Like, yeah, man, that's fucking holy shit, that's crazy. I'm like, oh, you didn't see nothing yet. You know? So then I went fucking nuts with that thing. I made a starburst pattern away from the middle, and I just took deep cuts, man. I just had no fear.
Right.
And just making these big starbursts, but now it's fresh wood, so it's white.
Right.
And then the Jets was already painted in white, so you couldn't see anything. That's when they interviewed me. Paulie DeMeo, he was one of the guys with Ty Pennington in Extreme Home Makeover.
Yeah, okay.
He comes over. He's like, yeah, we're here with Ryan. And I'm like, hey, my fucking heart's beating out of my chest because this is the fucking interview on national TV. You know, I got sawdust up my nose or something. And he's like, yeah. He's like, oh, what are you doing here? I'm like, well, you know, and I didn't ask him. So this is where my fucking TV career tanked. I didn't check with anybody. I didn't ask a fucking one person. It was supposed to be painted on the brown, wet, shit mud wood. That brown wood looks supposed to be white Jets.
It's supposed to be great.
Yeah, so now it's just carved, but it didn't look that good. It looked carved, but you couldn't read Jets.
Right.
I could because I knew where it was.
Right.
But the color of the wood was too close to the color of the paint. And he's like, so whoa, what are we looking at here? I'm like, oh, you know, I painted, you know, Jets on, but then I was like, you know, it just didn't have enough pop. It didn't have enough this, so I wanted to do this. He's like, oh, yeah, that's great. That sounds great. Just make your own fucking decisions, huh? You know, like, that's the kind of attitude I got from him. Like, he just shunned me. But, you know, he's like, oh, well, you know, we'll see how it goes. And I'm like, well, if you take a step back and look at it, you know, he's like, oh, it's great. You know, it's I can, you know, yeah, good. Keep it up. No handshake, no nothing. Keep it up. And turns and walks away. So I was like, fuck, man. But then what I did is I took black spray paint or paint, any kind of paint they had, and I painted the whole fucking thing black. The whole thing. Just all fucking black, brown, rubbed the mud in there.
Yeah.
You know, so it was completely fucking dark. And then I took this fucking chainsaw straight on and just kind of just slid it over the top, so only the surface. So everything was black, and everything that it revealed was Jets, and then all the raised grain in that starburst carve pattern. I went all the way to the corners.
Yeah,
you know, I went fucking nuts, and so I went back and relieved all that. Went back and painted it white again, so now it's just black and brown. I fucking took a torch to it, burned it, and I had fucking tons of people watching me while I was doing it.
Yeah.
Well, the cool thing is that grinder just throws fucking wood. It's like rooster tails wood everywhere.
Sawdust everywhere, basically,
Yeah,
right?
it's loud and shit. But so I'm touching it up at the end, and all of a sudden I'm like being real careful, like dragging the blade along these things, like being careful not to take too much, and I don't want it to kick. And all of a sudden the fucking thing pulls just fast as fuck right through my fucking hands. Wow! And I fucking and I had a soft grip on it, but it went right through, right past me, right onto the fucking
Got
ground.
lucky, didn't you?
I look over, and you know how they have to have the people, like the friends of the family? We got Donnie's friends at the fucking garage, and these guys
They tripped over the cord.
These guys are millionaires from Waste Management. Right?
Yeah.
And they're just, they had more money. Their kids, God bless them, they had more fucking toys, and they were just different. They were different, man. Side by sides and dirt bikes. And it was a competition. There was 20 side by sides. It was
Fuck
nuts,
yeah.
man. So this fucking guy, someone that looks like would bury me in Lake Tahoe, is fucking kicking my cord. Just fucking trying to kick it out of the way because he's putting down sod or something or fucking hay. And
He yanked it right out of your hand.
Right out of my fucking hands. I was like, holy fucking shit. And I signed my fucking life away.
Ouch!
Yep.
But yeah, so you got lucky.
Yeah.
No
You
cut.
said, yo. And the dude was like, oh, sorry about that. And then you went on.
Yeah, and I was like, no problem. Don't,
So
don't kill me.
you didn't get another, a final interview?
Yeah,
Or
so
did you?
not after that, but it was on screen every other shot. They're doing the looping
Right,
crane
so they,
shots.
yeah.
It was the destination of 5 shots when they went around the back.
But the interview guy, dude, was a dick?
Yeah, he didn't.
You think he was and was he one of these guys that's nice on the normally? He's like, hey, how are you, Ryan? How you doing today? So what do you got going on? Or in his interview, he was just like, what's this?
He was the star, dude. You know. What
So
I mean?
the
He
star
was
was
star.
he was the
but
cook guy,
really
what's the guy?
Was he the heavyset guy? Was one of them dudes
He's really
too, right?
Italian. He could take me in a fight.
Oh, well.
But why? But if he's on
he's got
he
those
walks
man
around
hands.
and kind of he's a dick to the help. That's
No,
his,
he's just he has that you're all here because of me. I've been doing this for a long time, and he has, you know what I mean. And he does know what he's doing.
He was
and,
riding on
and he's good
Ty's
at it.
fucking.
Right. See, I think I thought I was gonna be
Jesus.
Ty. I thought I was gonna be Ty
was.
Pennington. I was like, oh, I'm gonna kill it, man. My work's.
it seems like you did. Maybe that's why he was pissed because you were
Right.
upstage. And
Well, I tell you what. Even that.
is he a carpenter? I'm sorry.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, he can probably do anything.
Right.
But here's how this.
But he's not
to
an
summarize
artist.
everything is I got brought back and they put me on the payroll. So this is like drugs. The first time you're like, hey, you do it for free, we'll trade you. But then the next time I got a check. The next 2 times. The second one was a bottle cap mosaic
bottle
of a
cap
cow.
fucking cowboy over here.
And I did it.
Bottle cap cowboy.
It was photorealistic of a cow. Of 1,400
Yeah.
bottle caps. I did it in 3 days. Fucking
Beautiful,
killed it.
dude.
Stayed up all night doing my thing, whatever.
You paint the bottle caps?
Yes.
Okay.
So I figured out how many. I gridded off a picture of a cow, and then like they were countries, and I compared sizes. I put like sizes together, and then broke it down into percentages. So, 80% of the painting was going to be light blue. 10% of the painting was going to be like a shade of gray or black, and then white, and then a little bit of green. And then I reapplied them to basically look like cow countries. You know what I mean? Or counties.
Right.
Just all different shapes, different colors. And I had to fucking nail them in by hand. So when you're standing up to it, it's obviously bottle caps. You get back from it, it is a photo of a fucking cow.
Right.
It got 10 seconds of fucking airtime.
yeah.
Barely.
Wow.
It was behind 2 people when they were doing the interview, and they showed me counting bottle caps out, but they didn't. It was the most impressive piece of art that I've done.
That they didn't.
And I did it in
give a
3
shit
days,
about.
and I stayed up fucking
That's
forever
weird.
doing it. I was managing a golf course.
But
We had
you
our
got
member
paid
guest.
for that one.
Yeah, but that's the thing. Once they pay you, you're not guaranteed. I should have done it for free because the money eventually went away. But the first episode, I got my required 30 seconds or whatever. But once they pay you, they can cut you right out to the fucking floor. So that's what happened in the second one, but I didn't find this out till 3, 4, or 5 months later when they aired. So I thought, but here's the cool thing.
Why would they cut it out?
I think that it didn't match. It's not building wild. You know what I mean? It's not like carving fucking trees into and building cabins. It was the and it didn't have
It's
anything
like
to do
garland.
with families. Yeah.
It's just like little.
Yeah.
To them, it's like a lighting fixture. Like,
Right.
oh, and we put this lighting fixture,
We
but
put
it's
the
not.
cow on.
Yeah.
If I was the brother-in-law that wanted to contribute, they'd be like, "Oh, and a brother-in-law, he wanted to help out, and he'd, but
And look at
I was
that.
I was just the artist. But here's my favorite part, and it's cool that I get to say this with the fucking microphones because it seems official. After that, like when they do a reveal every time, and they pump you up and everything like that, and then after the reveal, the producer comes in, tells everyone, what a great job they did, pointed out the people because there's kind of different people, and lets everyone know what they did. So after that bottle cap mosaic one, he went around and thanked everybody, and I was like, oh, he's gonna do me next. He's gonna do me next, because at that time before it aired, everyone's fucking patting me on the back, dude. They were like, this is fucking insane. How did you do it? From here, and they're like, we watch you, and it's like now it's a cow. It wasn't a vector of a cow. It looked real, like it had,
Right.
3 shades of pink on the nose, and and it was big enough, and the bottle caps are small enough to where it worked. So anyway, after he said thank you when it was over, he skunked me. Didn't say shit. Didn't say anything to me. And then this cameraman, his name is Ryan. He had a curly red mustache. He's like, excuse me. Oh, wait a minute. And they love this guy. Super friendly drone operator when no one flew drones.
Right.
He was like the special drone guy with the white briefcase drone. Anyway, he comes in and says, excuse me, can I have everyone's attention, please? Standing up on a fucking like a stump of wood. And he's like, have you guys met Ryan over here? The other Ryan? Everyone fucking cheers like, woo!
Nice.
And it's like, yeah, he did this. He did that mosaic. He did it in 3 days. Has everyone been inside and said, go inside, take your shoes off, check it out? And then the producer had to step up. He's like, yes. He's like, I'm sorry. He's like, Ryan, you're new to the team. And, he's like, let's all give him a big, bam. Next episode.
Golf clap.
Yeah, next episode, I have that chainsaw, and I'm a fucking wizard, and I carved a fucking skull sign into a tabletop. They tried to skunk me. We were going to do a tabletop. It was for bikers, right? It was a maple syrup cabin for bikers. Wild hogs.
Yeah.
Real original.
Yeah.
And
They came up with that on their own.
Yeah. I love them, though. The Heineks. I'll never forget them. They actually ended up being some of my favorite people out there. And they're right close to Vermont. But anyway, so we were going to do a table, and I was like, oh, my God, I'll carve. They're like, we want a Sons of Anarchy table. And I was like, fucking look no further. And I'm like, now I'm going to have a job. Jesse James is going to call me and want a table. And I'm like, this is it, man. This is my moment. That's what I thought the whole time.
For days.
Yeah. They called me the day before I was going in, and they're like, hey, sorry. They didn't call me. Someone else called me, and she's like, "Hey, sorry about that they scrapped your table. I thought it was a good idea." I'm like, "What?" And it was a big octagon table. It was supposed to be a fucking skull. And then I was like, well, "What do you mean?" And they're like, "Yeah." So I called the whoever I had to call, and they're like, "Yeah, sorry, we can't do it." And I was like, "How about we take like, what are you doing with the table?" It's like, it's too big. It's like we can't use it. I was like, "Let's turn it into a fucking sign. Turn it into a sign. Put it on the front of the fucking barn, man." And he was like, "Oh, let me pitch it." They pitched it. They accepted it. Bam. I got back in. And I spent 3 days using that fucking thing, carving the shit out of this sign. That time they interviewed me. But here's the other big misconception. This is going to be a real woe is me story the whole time.
Good.
Everyone's patting me on the back, and I think I'm going places. I'm just dreaming in my head. You're the next Ty Pennington. You know what I mean? And
have a whole show of just carving shit with
I'm
this
just
crazy
killing it.
chainsaw.
Everyone, I'm the fan favorite, and everyone's telling me how good I'm doing, how they like what I'm doing, and they start, talking shit about
And they
the
were
other
like,
people.
drop your pants.
Yeah.
Yep. I didn't bring Vaseline, but you will make do.
Go ahead,
Ryan.
go ahead.
And then they say, welcome to Hollywood. But
Yeah.
so I get done with that.
On the East Coast.
They reveal it to the family. And the family, the first thing they say, they bring them over the hill, like, all right, everybody, now let's fucking clap. And, we're really excited. Family's coming. They're going to see the barn for the first time because they keep them away, like, after, like 24 hours without them. And so they come over the hill. They come up, and they're like, wow, like, look at that sign. They're like, that's amazing. All the cameras are rolling. And I was like, bingo. I was like, this is it. I'm like, I knew it was. I'm turning to my friends. I'm like, I fucking told you, man. I'm like rock starring out, I'm the guy talking while they're walking up. I'm like, it's fucking me, man. It's fucking me.
My side.
Yeah.
Your
So
own red
I'm
carpet.
sorry, I didn't hear you. What'd you say, sir?
yeah. And then Paul, he's like, well, hey, he's like, let's meet the man who made it. He's like, Glenn, this is Ryan Warner, and he carved a sign. He's like, Ryan, tell him what went into it. Cameras are on me, lights are on me, and this and that. I'm like, oh, whatever, yeah.
Yada, yada.
Yeah. So, and I'm like, oh, just happy to do whatever. And so they give me a hug. They're like, it's fucking beautiful. It's like, oh my God, I can't believe it. And they just talk about it the whole time. And then we have a little after party. They talk about it the whole time. Producer gets up, thanks everyone. Thank you. Thank the sound guy. Thank this, thank that. Skips me. Skunks, right? This time the sound guy, Steve Perkins.
Steve Perkins up.
Yep, and he's from like Dallas, Texas. No, he's from somewhere in Texas. I know he's from Texas.
Right.
Anyway, he's like, hey, I can't fucking believe this. He's like, 2 times in a row. He's like, you guys, and he says exactly what Ryan said because it was kind of ironic. He's like, do you guys remember? Have you guys met Ryan? Again, everyone's
New
like,
to the
"Woo!"
team.
Yeah, he's like, remember? Like they spent half the time talking about the sign he made. It's like, yeah, he made it alone, just him. On time, and everyone claps and.
On time.
It was the best thing. Yeah,
On
I
time.
finished it. Yeah, and they took it up. They had a.
Did he almost in a sarcastic way? He was saying like in a
Everything was like
because
that.
he was like
Everything was rushed.
Yeah.
They're like, just nail some boards over it.
right.
They put fucking 2 lag screws right through the fucking face of it. You're like, you know what I mean? They're just like, all right, let's hang it. You're like, meh, meh.
There she is.
Yeah.
She looks good.
Yeah, so that happens. That's the last one, and then we have a rap party. I didn't even get like really invited to it, but my the contractor who got me into it, he's like, I'll bring you as my +1. So so I go anyway. I sang karaoke.
Continue.
I got so drunk I sang karaoke, but it was Sweet Caroline, so I was a shoe in, and it was crowd favorite.
Hey, you don't even
Of
got to
course.
sing.
Yeah. Right. And everyone sings along. Yeah, everyone sings for you. So, guy gets up, addresses the whole fucking crowd, points out everyone, Steve Perkins, Ryan, names everyone. And I'm like, wow, this motherfucker is saving me for last. He's going to be like, now. And I was so full of myself at the time.
Yeah.
Back then, right?
Yeah.
That I was like, oh my God, he's gonna offer me the job, man. He's gonna be like, but
better
than any you other motherfuckers, It's like, have you guys met Ryan? He's like, Ryan, we're gonna do a spinoff, and the show's gonna be yours, and we're gonna make it all, I'm having
Yeah.
like, cause I'm like, wow, he saved me for last. Fucking skunks me.
Again.
Yeah, again.
Same guy though, right?
Yeah, same executive producer.
I see a pattern forming.
Yeah, you think?
Yeah. So the guy that said it the first time, Ryan, gets up, Steve Perkins, the guy that said it the second time, gets up, takes the mic. And same thing. Thanks me. I got the biggest cheers. Everyone's like, oh, man, blah, 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 blah. And it's the best. The only reason I want to tell you that because I was fucking broken when he didn't say my name. And I think I probably went with all this hope in my eyes. He probably didn't say my name. He's like, thanks. And I probably went.
You were like,
yeah, that someone like came to my rescue in like a big fucking way. It sounds like I'm
Perkins.
bragging.
Perky.
But if they didn't do that, I would have thought that everyone fucking hated me.
right.
Because no one, they should be like, oh, and they'd be like, oh, it was just, I just said, like.
So
40,
wait, you got a
40 times.
third? You got a third.
at the filmed like party where it's all like every client of the 9 cabins were all there, and all the people that were doing the thing is the rap party. Mm-hmm.
Steve and Ryan.
Pauly
they
DeMay-
liked you. What'd you do for them?
Yeah, Pauly DeMayo's outside playing guitar, playing Dukes of Hazzard.
Yeah.
Just the good old boys.
Yeah.
Never meaning no harm.
That sounds cool, man.
See, but they forgot the lyrics,
Yes.
and I swooped in
You did?
like an eagle in the night. Do you know the
Beats
rest of
all
that?
you ever saw. Been in trouble with the law since the day they was born.
Making their way.
The
only way they know how. That's just a little bit more than the law will allow.
All right.
Nice, guys. Very good.
I'm a good old boy.
Yeah.
You
My
know, we're-
mama loves me.
Yeah.
But you can't understand why they keep showing my hands and not my face on TV. Making away.
So, we're at like hour and 20 minutes. So
Yeah,
you guys want to call it.
Yeah.
Mang
Mangin Needs.
Yeah, thanks for
Thanks
listening,
for letting me tell
everybody.
that story. That was
Yeah, well, we
it was
would-
nice because it,
No, that
it
was
just-
awesome,
It
Ryan.
just
Very-
died.
that
It
was
just
a-
died on the DVDs.
We're happy,
They
bro.
didn't-
You're
they
like the
didn't come
only
back with the
famous
other
friend we
story.
have.
Yeah, we totally just stepped up a notch in
Yeah,
street
all my-
cred,
all my
YouTube
TV
cred.
All my TV apperances weren't exactly great.
We don't visit those yet.
Yeah, I was singing about you.
Give us a
But you
1,000
can't.
subscribers, and we'll step into some new territory.
Yeah.
Let us know.
We'll get in deep.
Thanks, guys.
Yeah,
Yeah, good
roll.
story.
This is good, man.
Always.
This was fun.
Just whack myself with the fucking mic.
Yeah, you do that.
You
Get
didn't break
excited.
this one this week.
Yeah, I'm gonna. There's some good clips in that one for a clip story of just like pulling out that little 5-minute section.
Oh yeah.
So this streams live, but do you air it as is, or do you edit it in error pieces?
No, this is live, and then I mean you can go into any of the and just kind of clip them out and take things. So,
But as is, this whole thing is just going to be like
Yeah,
on
this is
YouTube
live.
until you.
and I
You
just
can play
actually
It's archived like this too.
If we
Yeah,
didn't
it's
swear
all
so
in there.
much, you could play it for your son.
I think we might even be officially
I think
at
Stacy listens. I don't know. She probably fell asleep by now.
I think we might be at like
Napping.
a 100 videos or so on this Sonic Gardens station.
100.
Yep.
And that's listen while you can, because we might have to get rid of some of that old stuff, make way for all the new.
New.
We're gonna keep this
Hey,
going.
hey.
Thanks for the support, listening in. Like, subscribe, forward, share. What's that?
Yeah.
Share.
And,
Sharing likes.
Sharing is caring.
And tune in for the next one.
Yeah, we're gonna have mAng and Neads next week.
Sonic Gardens Radio.
Sonic Garden.
Shares and likes, prayers and thoughts.
Oh boy. Thank you very much. Thanks for having us. We don't.
Untreated syphilis.
We'll get you in the long run.